Dear students, let's come back to the class again. I hope all are doing well. So, before just starting the class, let's have a quick revision of our last class. Our last class was about the characteristics of living organism, and we discussed about various characteristics that the living organisms bear, such as they have a definite shape and size, then comes they have a body organization, they exhibits growth and development, reproduction, a very important characteristics of living organism, homeostasis, then comes they have a regulated uh, system of metabolism, then comes about the process of excretion, adaptability, and finally that every living organism they are mortal. So that is the last step or characteristics of living organisms. So now our planet Earth, it have many forms of life. There we can see the unicellular forms, the multicellular complex forms, and altogether it is reported that there are about 1.5 million of species that inhabits on the earth. Now, if we tend to know about all those species, maybe we could name very few of those. So, there are more than 1.5 million species that inhabits here. Now, in biology, there is a branch which is called the systematics that studies about these diverse forms of life. And in our class today, we are going to discuss about the branch of biology which is called the systematics. Systematic, very simply, it means order or sequence. Systematics, this word, it has come from the word systema, which means order or sequence. That means ordering the various forms of life that inhabits here. That is only called as systematics. But now let's go to the definition of systematics. Systematics is the branch of biology that deals with the scientific study, and it attempts to recognize, describe, name, classify, and finally proceduring the whole process of classification of these diverse forms of life is called as systematics. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about the few aspects of systematics. So another important point to be kept in mind while discussing about systematics is that it deals with the evolutionary aspects of living organisms. Now, what do we understand when I say evolutionary aspect? To be very simple, evolutionary aspect mean finding our relation with our ancestors, finding the similarities and dissimilarities with our ancestors. That is only called as evolutionary aspect. Now let's understand this with the help of an example. You know, we human beings, our ancestors were ape-like organisms, and we are developed from ape-like organism. Those were our ancestors. So if we go to find our relationship, we will find some similarities and some dissimilarities among us. And to group those similarities into the order, that is only called as evolutionary relationship. খুব simply যদি চাবলৈ যদি যাওঁ, every organism সবৰে তেনেকৈ কি আছে, evolutionary এটা relationship এটা আছে। আমাৰ সকলোৰে ancestors আছে। Every species they have their ancestors, and to find the relationship with our ancestors by pointing out the similarities and the dissimilarities, that is only called this evolutionary study, which is a very important aspect of systematics. Now systematics, it is related to four aspects or four fields, and those four fields are identification, classification, nomenclature, and taxonomy. So in today's class, we are going to discuss in brief about these four fields of systematics. Now let's discuss about the first field of systematics. So it is called as identification. Identification is the process of finding out the correct name and correct position of an organism in a already established plan of classification. So the identification of a particular organism is a must in systematics. So let me give you an example in relation to this. We generally get in the newspapers that a new species of butterfly is reported from a nearby forest. Now butterflies, they are of again many types. Now the field worker will go to a systematist, that means those who study about systematics. So he or she will, they will go to the person and they will find out that the new butterfly species that is found from that forest belongs to which category of butterfly by studying the different characteristics. When I say characteristics, it will mean the external and the internal features of that particular species of butterfly which is recently found, along with the others that were already present there. And by leveling those similarities and dissimilarities, finally that butterfly, it will be grouped or it will be classified that it belongs to the monarch group of butterfly. Say for example, it belongs to the monarch group of butterfly. So this is identification. When a new species is found, they are taken to the labs and there the extensive study of those will take place, and finally they will come up with the correct name and the correct position of that new species in that already established plan of classification. So this is very simply identification. Now classification. Classification is the scientific ordering of the different groups of organisms on the basis of their morphological and anatomical features in a sequential order. It is only called as classification. As for example, the classification of plants and animals. Plants, they are again classified into monocotyledons and dicotyledons. Animals are classified into vertebrates and invertebrates. So this is on the basis of the similarities and dissimilarities that classification is done and a fair ordering of the living organisms based on different criteria. As for example, morphological, that is studying the external features; anatomical, it means studying about the internal features; biochemical features; genetics, etc. It all leads to classify a particular organism and placed in a system, and this is only called as classification. Now let's come to the third aspect of field of systematics. The third field of systematics is nomenclature. Nomenclature, it is simply the naming process of a living organism. It is called as nomenclature. Nomenclature generally bears two types of name. One is the common name and the other one is the scientific name. Say for example, our common name is human being or man, and our scientific name is Homo sapiens sapien. So we see that every organism we bear two types of name, and there is a third name which is the vernacular name, or that is the local name. The different rules of nomenclature, so that we are going to discuss in a different class. Now let's study about the fourth group or fourth field of systematics, which is called as taxonomy. Taxonomy is the branch of biology that deals with the framing of laws and principles for classifying the diverse group of organisms on the basis of their evolutionary relationship. So as we know, the systematics, it deals with the evolutionary relationship, and the fourth aspect of systematic is therefore taxonomy, that basically it frames the laws as to how to classify an organism. Now the taxonomy is again divided into certain categories on the basis of taxa. So let's see what are these. Taxon is a general term for a grouping in a systematic classification of organisms where similar genetically related individuals having certain characters and distinct from those of other groups. Taxa, it is in plural form, and taxon, it is in singular form. So these taxons, they are a group of similar and genetically related individuals, and it doesn't matter to whatever rank it bears in case of the taxonomic categories, but they have certain common characters, and those common characters are distinct from those of other groups. So let's take an example for this. Say for example, all the insects form a taxon. Now what comes under insects? So these are the mosquitoes, bees, wasps, cockroaches. So these all are insects. So do the different type of fishes. That is a taxon. Frogs, lizards, birds, algae, fungi, etc. So the degree of relationship and of similarity varies with the rank of the taxon. Individuals of a higher rank are categorized into taxonomic categories. So in our next class, we are going to discuss about the taxonomic categories. With this, we have come to the end of the class. I hope you have understood the lesson And if you have any doubt, then you can send your queries to me. Thank you.